what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Blu-ray collection update and unboxing. If y'all don't know me, my name is David, and I review movies over at CinemaDeviant.com. I started doing this as a way to give people a heads up as to what's coming out now and in the upcoming weeks as far as Blu-rays and DVDs go. Now, we have a lot to take a look at today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. We have, first up, the Meg here on 4K Ultra HD. It does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy included. Love the cover art here. Looks really, really cool. I will say that initially I was kind of skeptical about this movie. I was I guess in the mindset that it's going to be your typical shark movie. You know, that's it. But it's a bit much more than that. It's a big creature feature type of movie, obviously. But there was a lot more depth to the characters that I thought. Well, depth. There was a lot more depth to the characters than I expected, which is really, really cool. And it was exciting. It was exciting the whole way. It was somewhat of a nail biter as well. So I had a lot of fun with this movie. It's a great popcorn movie. I think, like I said, I figured it was going to be like a big budget version of Sharknado or something to that degree. But it was much more than that. So it was fantastic. Looks great in 4K as well. Let's take a look at the back here. If you guys want to check out what it's about and the special features as well, you can pause the screen. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look inside. Okay, it does come with digital copy. I put the digital copy aside, but check out the disc art here. I thought this was a pretty neat. They kind of have like the teeth here on the outside of the shark, and then semi-reflective for the inside of the mouth here, and then the opposite on this side for the 4K disc. So the black in the inside, and then the semi-reflective for the teeth on the outside. That was cool. I like that. I like those little things like that are what get me, what really attract me to titles like this. Disc art is just nice in general. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for the Meg. This one is out now from Warner Brothers Studios Home Entertainment. They were kind enough to send this over for review. So big shout out to Warner Brothers. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and put this aside. All right, next up we have a box set here that I had been wanting to get for a while, and I couldn't justify paying what it was going for back then. But for The Walking Dead, the complete third season, as you can see here, this is the fish tank one, the Governor's fish tank of zombie heads, of walker heads. It's fantastic 5-disc set, as you can see. Really, really cool. Yeah, so this was always very, very pricey whenever I would try to look it up, and especially over the years, they started to get pricier because maybe they were going out of print and things like that. But I found this one guess how much? I'll let you guess. Guess. Did everybody guess? $25. $25 for this set. So I was like, okay, I can't pass that up, man. It's too good of a buy to pass that up. So I had to pick it up. Anyway, I opened it already, and here goes the set here. You see all the walker heads. If you kind of jiggle it around, it's cool because they're like suspended like on this like little hook thing. Maybe you know what? I'll show you in a minute. But it's really cool. It looks like they're floating. I don't know if I'm gonna ever put water in it. That might just cause a mess. And I'm kind of particular about my things like that, but it does look really cool. Let's go ahead and open this up here, the set here. Here goes the box set. It comes in like a hardcover case, which is cool. And then it does come with just a little, booklet, memorabilia booklet, and things like that, and advertisements. And then the Walking Dead battery installation, which we will get to in a moment. And then all the discs here in the inside. And you have basically each of them. The disc art behind is more characters and stuff. Let's see, I don't think... it looks like it was characters that probably weren't on the discs at all. Or at least Beth and Herschel. And then there goes Maggie and Glenn. Actually, Maggie and Glenn were on the disc. Yep. And then back here, we have Lori and Coral. So that's cool. And then here goes the other side here, the full unfolded version. It's really neat. Put that over there. And then, all right, so let's get to this. It lights up, right? For the life of me, it took me about like 35 minutes to figure out where the button was. Can you guys guess? I don't know. If you guys have never seen this before. See, I was looking up here too, and I was like, oh, not a button. So it took me about 35 minutes or so, 30 minutes, to find the button. And that's because I'm a guy, and I don't read instructions, apparently. That's kind of what I was getting at with the instructions thing. But the button is right here, the 3. On the season 3. It's really, really well hidden. I like that a lot. But yeah, it's the 3 right there. You just push it in and it clicks. So that's cool. I like the light up feature as well. So that's a neat little thing that I picked up recently that, you know, I mean, I've been wanting it for a while now, but I could not pass up the deal. All right, and those are out. That's out now from Lionsgate, I believe, or Anchor Bay, I think it was back then. It's kind of odd that they changed anyway. Next up, we have The Walking Dead, the complete 4th season. As you can see here, this is the box set. It's like it's supposed to come with a prison key. This one I actually bought used off of FYE, and they they kind of swindled me a little bit, I guess you could say. They had the on the listing, they had the picture of the big like walker that's like on the floor and stuff, and his arm is stretched out for this one, and I bought it, and it was like $20 or something like that. I'm like, okay, cool, man. I was like, I don't care if it's used, as long as I have it, that's cool. And I was kind of like, even if it doesn't come in a box, I guess I'm kind of okay with it. And then this one came in, and I was like, come on, guys. And I talked to FYE, and they're like, well, you bought it, so that's it. I'm like, yeah, but it's not what it was supposed to be. You guys understand why I'm kind of upset? And they're like, well, do you want to send it back? I'm like, not really, but I don't know. Send me the one that was supposed to be, sent. Well, no. I was like, I'll send it back to you then. No, I will just give you a refund. I'm like, never mind. I'll just keep it. So, anyway, if anybody has an extra prison key or anything like that, I'd appreciate it. But anyway, this is a cool. This is a cool set though. I will say that it's really cool. I love the artwork on it. By the way, this is Alex Ross artwork here on the cover. If you guys don't know who Alex Ross is, look him up because he's a famous artist. Does a lot of comic book artwork and things like that. So it clips up like this. It does have a magnet at the bottom here, and it kind of unfolds like almost like a cigar box type of deal. And then you have the box set in the inside. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. And this one actually does come with like a soundtrack, Songs of Survival Volume 2. I haven't even checked it out yet, so I don't know. I don't know what the Songs of Survival are. Does have more discs here, and this is another one that we'll get to it in a moment. But the disc placement thing, the little trays in the inside, they were weirdly done. All right, and then there goes. This is disc 5. But as you can see here, looks like they're upside down. I don't know if that's really technically correct, but it's not used. I'm not used to seeing it this way, per se. And then here goes the unfolded version of this. Love this artwork here on the cover, though. Let's look at that. Let's look at that again. Look at that. Fantastic. Love that. That'd be amazing to have a big painting. Look at that guy in the middle. Whoa. Anyway, it is an amazing set. I shouldn't be. I'm not mad at all. I was just kind of bummed out. You know what I mean? But fantastic set nonetheless, and that's out now as well. Just beware if you're buying stuff like that on FYE. Always kind of know that might not be what you're expecting. If it's like a bigger box set, I should say. Other than that, I've really had no bad experiences with FYE though. Next up, we have another set that since that set came the way it did, I went ahead and just got the other the actual box set, the one that I was supposed to get, and I actually found this one for a steal as well. This one was $27. So I was like, it was meant to be. Maybe the world was trying to align itself and make it the situation right. But literally, like a couple of days after the FYE thing happened and went down, I found that for literally like $27. And then here goes the back here for it. Big hefty box too, man. Like that one was heavy. I think it came and it was like almost 10 pounds or something like that. And we have the set over here on this side. Look at that. I love that. Again, this is one I've been wanting for a very long time, but it was always so pricey for me. And I couldn't really justify it too much. And then my wife was like, why are you going to have something so disgusting in the house? Because I love it. That's why. So anyway, I love the sculpt here on all stuff. And this set and then the other set were done by McFarlane Toys. And I love their stuff as well. So they always do great sculpting in their toys. Fantastic. And then the cool thing about this is that, look at that. Whenever you take, it's the same box set, so I won't show it too much. But if you take it out, or if you put it in, it goes like that. So that's pretty neat. I think that's a pretty neat feature. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen that, but it's so cool. I dig it. And it has a lot of weight to it. It's heavy. It's a heavy thing. So, pretty cool. I dig it a lot. Now, little by little, I'm going to have to be keeping an eye out for all the other sets because, again, they're just so cool. And just to have them like lined up on a shelf would be amazing. But next up, let's go ahead and jump back into the regular stuff. We have Rescue Me, the complete series. And this one is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. Mill Creek has been killing it with the TV shows as of late. And I am so glad that they're doing more and more of them, and especially in better and better packaging. Before they used to put them, and I think they still do in some cases, depending on what kind of show it is. But they used to put them just in like these like paper sleeves, and things like that. And I was like, that's just weird. Why would you do that? But I mean, they're starting to really, I think maybe look at more box sets out there and listen maybe to the consumer, and they are putting out these amazing sets now. Let's go ahead and open this up. Rescue Me is one of those shows that I remember when it came out. I got into it kind of late, and I didn't know what to expect from it. I just figured it's just going to be a procedural type of show, but I actually ended up thoroughly enjoying it. Dennis Leary is a fantastic actor, and he has that like dark humor to him that is just it's unmatchable to a certain extent. He's like one of the first that I remember him doing something like that back in the day. I remember seeing him on MTV in the little commercial bumpers like in between shows and things like that. Fantastic actor. He's really grown so much as an actor over the years, and I think a lot has to do with this show as well. It's a fantastic drama, but there's a lot of dark humor in it, a lot of humor in it as well. And it's just, there really are very few shows that can pull off so many genres, so many waves of genres and things like that, and roll them into a great show. I will say, I'm not going to spoil anything about the show because it is so good. I really want you guys to watch it if you ever have the time. But the final episode, once you start, you're invested in the whole show. That final episode will leave you like, oh my God, like what the heck just happened? You know what I mean? But fantastic show nonetheless. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the back here. And 7 seasons, all 93 episodes. Man, That's a lot of freaking shows. Anyway, and it comes in this cool set, like I said, it's with a sleeve that comes up. Really cool. And it says here, it says, sometimes you have to play with fire. And the back says, I ain't no hero, I'm a fireman. And then rescue me. Oh man, that's neat. 2004 to 2011. Man, that's so cool. And these come in like the bigger Blu-ray cases, which are okay. Let's see here. This is seasons 1 through 4 in this set. Let's take a look at the back here as well. All right. Open it up. So here we have. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so season 1, disc 1, right there. And season 1, disc 2. And then season 2, disc 1. Season 2, disc 2. And then season 3, disc 1 on this side. And season 3, disc 2. Season 4, disc 1. And season 4, disc 2. All right. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Rescue Me. This is seasons 1 through 4. All right. Let's see the next season here. And this is 5 through 7 here, which is cool. And I love the cast of characters, in this show. And you see a lot of camaraderie, things like that from the firefighters. You kind of get their mentality throughout this show, and you get them. You see firefighters. If you watch the show, you see firefighters now. You're like, all right, okay. I mean, I respected you a whole lot before. I respect you a whole lot more now. There you go, season 5, disc 1. And season 5, disc 2. Season 5, disc 3. So these actually have 3 discs. Let's see here. And season 5. Oh, well, season 5, disc 4. Jeez. And then season 6, disc 1. Season 6, disc 2. And season 7, disc 1. And season 7, disc 2. Here, that's really odd that season 5 had like 4 discs. It's kind of crazy. Okay. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Rescue Me. This is seasons 5 through 7. All right. And put them back here. And this set is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. Again, fantastic job, Mill Creek. You guys are really killing it with all these cool box sets that are coming out. And these fantastic, not just the box sets themselves, but the shows are fantastic as well. So big shout out to Mill Creek for that. All right, next up, we have Mandy. And this one is out now from RLJ Entertainment. This is a crazy movie, y'all. It really is. I hate to use the word y'all like that, but it really is. It's a nuts movie. It's really I don't want to explain too much. I don't want to go in depth about it either, because it is one of those movies that you gotta watch. Like, you really gotta watch. It's a trippy movie. It really is. And I know I said in the past that Nicolas Cage, I think, is more suited for like comedy now, like being just kind of weird and crazy guy in comedies, and that's still true. But there's something about this movie that I feel like, okay, maybe he has another genre that he can start sticking his feet into here and there. And it's so violent. I'll say it, it's so violent. And I guess you could call it a horror movie to a certain extent, but it's so nuts, man. But it's so beautifully shot as well. Very, very nicely shot. And here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about, at least maybe that can give you like a better idea. And there goes the special features as well. But this is one you have to watch. You know, if you're not a Nicolas Cage fan, screw it. Watch it, though. Like, really watch it. Give it a shot. It might just change your mind. Let's go ahead and pop this open. Alright, so here goes the disc here. It does have the disc art, which is basically the cover. Now, the cool thing about this is that I don't recall the last time that RLJ has done something like this, but they actually gave reversible artwork, which is cool. I like that. And I actually kind of dig the artwork in the inside, you know, rather than that one. I mean, they're both really nice, but the interior, the reversible one, the alternate artwork, I should say, is really, really cool. And I think I'm going to switch it right now. Because I dig that a lot. There it is. Fantastic. I like that they did that too. They should do that a little bit more often with some of their titles, because it's really, really cool. And then, well, let me see. Sorry. Front, back, I got a little too excited with the alternate artwork. Front, back, and spine for Mandy. And this one is out now from RLJ Entertainment. Fantastic movie, man. It's just, it really is a trip. That's probably the best that I could describe it. It is a trip to kind of see Nicolas Cage in a movie, in a role like this, but it's so cool at the same time. Very cool movie. Next up, we have Twilight on 4K Ultra HD. Does it have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy? This is, I can't believe it's 10 years already since the first Twilight came out. That's kind of nuts when you think about it. Now, I've seen them all. I've seen all the Twilight movies. And I remember when they were first coming out, they weren't so bad. My wife was very, very into them. And I started watching them as well. And I'm like, okay, they're not too bad. But after 10 years, I guess the quality of the story and the storytelling kind of dwindles down a little bit. Like, I'm not so like, oh, okay, man, I can't wait to see Twilight again. It's more like, I've seen Twilight, and I'm okay with not seeing it again and again and again, you know, or so many times. Checked it out on 4K though, and it actually does look really nice on 4K. If you're a fan of the Twilight movies, you're definitely going to want to get it on 4K. I don't know when they're going to release all the other ones on 4K. I think they released them 4K digital, but for now, this one's the only one on a physical 4K disc. Take a look at the back here if you guys don't know what it's about. And the special features are there as well. Let's go ahead and open this up. And we do have digital copy. And let's take a look here. If I remember correctly, I think this is the old disc art for just the usual Blu-ray. And then we have the updated artwork for the 4K here on this side. I actually, from an artwork standpoint, I do like the 4K, or this, you know, new artwork they did for the cover. I think it looks cool. I like the painted, you know, aspect to it. Looks really, really nice. Let's get a closer look there. Okay. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Twilight. This one is out now from Lionsgate. All right. Next up, we have one of my favorite Marvel movies that's not part of the MCU, and that is The Punisher on 4K Ultra HD. The Thomas Jane Punisher. Does it have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy? It does have, like I said, Thomas Jane and John Travolta. This is, again, really, really fun. This is our first kind of, I guess, a pre-MCU, you know, foray into these characters. Which is really cool to see. I like this guy's version, Thomas Jane's version of the Punisher. Even they did that small little. Sorry, I rocked the boat here. They did that small short film. Was it Dirty Laundry? I think it was. Look it up on YouTube. It's there. Fantastic little short film. But anyway, I always really liked him. I was always hoping that they would bring him back in some way, shape, or form. To the role of the Punisher, but I will say now that John Bernthal is Frank Castle is the Punisher, there really wouldn't be a need to at this point. But I still like his performance as the Punisher immensely. Very underrated, I think. If you guys don't know what it's about, if you guys never seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. All right. Does have digital copy. And then here we have the Blu-ray on this side and the 4K on this side. Exact same disc art. I think this one looks like it's a little darker, and this one's a little lighter in certain areas. As far as like where the skull is, looks a little white. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for the Punisher, and this one is out now from Lionsgate as well. All right, to keep it going, next up we have Punisher Warzone on 4K Ultra HD, and this one it does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy. This one is one of those movies that, when it first came out, I was very skeptical, just because it's not Thomas Jane. I believe it's Ray Stevenson. Ray Stevenson plays Frank Castle in this one. And I know what the look that they were going for. It was the Marvel Knights Punisher, the version of the Punisher, where it's very, very dark. He's very, very brooding, which he's always very, very brooding, but has his slick back hair and stuff like that. So that's kind of what they were going for with this version of the Punisher. And like I said, I was very skeptical about it because it's not Thomas Jane. But and to top it off, I purposely didn't watch it. I was kind of like, no, I don't want to see it. I have no interest in it. And then one day, I sat down and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna see what I really think about this. And I really enjoyed it. It is such an underrated movie. This is the one Marvel movie that nobody wants to see, right? But it is very, very well done. I enjoyed it a lot. If you're into the violence and gore and bloody everything, you're gonna love this movie. It kind of embodies who the Punisher really is. So that's really, really cool. Here's the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about, check out the special features as well. All right, just gonna pop this open. Does have digital copy. And let's see here. There goes the Blu-ray copy on this side, 4K copy on this side, same disc art, exact same disc art, just have the 4K logo and doesn't have the Blu-ray logo on the other side, but really, really cool. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for Punisher Warzone. This one is out now as well from Lionsgate. All right. Next up, we're moving right along, guys. Okay, cool. Next up, we have The First Purge on 4K Ultra HD. Does have 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy. So you can see here, First Purge Nation Reborn. Does have some slight embossing here on the title. Nothing too crazy though. And then here goes the back. If you guys don't know what it's about, get a little closer. You guys can pause the screen there. All right, so The First Purge. The First Purge is basically just like all the other purges. If you've seen all the other ones, you know exactly what you're getting into with this movie and what to expect. And a lot of it is just kind of insane violence and things like that. And they've kind of evolved these movies into like a spectacle in a certain way, where now it's like, how weird can we get these people that are purging to look like? And you get a lot of that here, except this is obviously the first purge. So I mean, this takes you back to how it was all developed. That was the one part of this movie that I really enjoyed, how they thought about this, going about this process and things like that. And these movies feel like, honestly, they could go on almost like forever, to be perfectly honest. But I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I thought it was great. And then it does have Marissa Tomei, which I didn't see that she was credited in this movie at all. I don't know. But her role in there is pretty substantial. It's pretty important. But I do like the cover art here. The one thing is that I don't think that we ever see this guy in the movie, like this, this guy on the cover. So that's kind of odd. I might be wrong, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the inside here. And then it does have digital copy. I will say that the one thing about this movie that I kind of didn't like is that they try to make you sympathize for a drug dealer, basically. I guess you could say. And I don't know how comfortable I felt about that. Anyway, here goes the Blu-ray copy on this side, and then the 4K copy on this side. No, like, crazy discard on this one, and then you have just the picture of the cover on the 4K version. And then here goes the front, back, and spine for the first Purge, and this one is out now from Universal Studios Home Entertainment. All right. Again, I actually really enjoy the Purge movies. I've seen them all. And even though I know what I'm getting into every time I watch a Purge movie, they're still pretty fun to watch. So, I mean, if they keep making them, I'll keep watching them. It's as simple as that. All right, so next up, we have Supergirl, the complete third season. As you can see here. And if you guys don't know what it's about, take a look at the back there. Special features are there as well. This is the one show that I dropped off after like the first couple of episodes of the first season. And then I was like, okay, I got to catch up. I'm watching all these other CW or, Arrowverse shows. I have to catch up with Supergirl. And then as I started watching it more and more, I started to enjoy it more and more. And this season was really, really good, man. I really liked it a lot. We kind of get in this season the anti-Supergirl, kind of storyline. You get a lot of that with superhero movies as it is. Like with Iron Man, we got Ironmonger right in the first one. Basically the antithesis of the hero. You get, like the evil double, kind of. And we get that in this storyline, or in this, overlying story for this season. But the way that they do it, the way that they come across it was very well done. There's a lot of mystery surrounding it as well. And you're kind of like, oh my God, when is she gonna know? When is she gonna know who this really is? Kind of thing. So it had me wanting to watch the next episode and the next episode and the next episode to see how it all plays out. And it was very well done. And I cannot wait to start watching the fourth season. I haven't had a chance to watch it just yet, but really looking forward to it. Let's take a look at the inside here. It does come with a digital copy, and it does come with the episode guide, which again I love those. So we have disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, and disc 4 for this season. I believe there's like 22 episodes or something like that in this season. And again, when you have so many episodes for a season, you have to get creative. I've gotten spoiled with shows because a lot of shows now only have maybe 14, 16. But when you have 22 or 24, 26, a lot of times, you have to stretch that arc, the story arc across all those episodes and fill gaps sometimes with maybe episodes that don't mean too much. Supergirl had very minimal of that. It felt like every episode was there planned for a purpose. And one episode served the other one pretty well, back to back across the whole way. So I love this show, and like I said, I cannot wait to start watching the next season. Supergirl is out now. Supergirl, the complete third season, is out now from Warner Brothers Studios Home Entertainment. All right. So next up, we have a show that, it's a box set for a complete series that let me just show it. It's Community, the complete series. I love this show so much. Dan Harmon is a fantastic showrunner, creator. I love his brand of humor, what he brings to the table and things like that. If you're a big fan of Rick and Morty, you're gonna love this show if you have not seen it. It really is a fantastic piece of work, and it has so many great comedic actors in it. As you can see here, So many. Let me just go down the line here. Joel McHale, Jillian Jacobs, Danny Pudi, Yvette Nicole Brown, Allison Brie, Donald Glover, Jim Rash, Ken Jeong, Chevy Chase, John Oliver, Jonathan Banks, Keith David. I mean, come on. Now, Chevy Chase, I know that there was this big controversy with Chevy Chase in the show. And even though it didn't work out, and they kind of had like a feud going on about him being in the show, or how he felt about being in the show. He still is. He's a national treasure. He really is. I think he's such a funny actor as well. I think now he's kind of. Man, I hate to say it, he's kind of gotten to be like that grumpy old man kind of guy, and that sucks, because he is such a great actor, great comedic actor, I should say. But it was cool seeing him on the show, nonetheless. But fantastic, and like I said, Mill Creek. This is from Mill Creek. Mill Creek is killing it with these shows, and I'm so glad that they were able to put Community, the whole series, out on Blu-ray, because I cannot wait to check it out once again. I remember I watched it and then I dropped off on it, and then I would watch them like here and there on TV, and then I found out that Amazon had them all, so I'm like, okay, I'm started binge watching them on Amazon. Just love this show. I cannot say enough great things about this show. Let's go ahead and take a look at the individual disc here. Is that season 1 and 2? And there goes the back here. Right, and then we have. Oh, they stacked this. Oh, why'd you have to stack this, Mill Creek? Okay. But that's okay. These are Blu-ray, so they don't scratch, as easy. So, season 1, disc 1. And season 1, disc 2. All right, so I'm all right with it on this one. Let's see here. And then season 2, disc 1. And season 2, disc 2. Let's put that back in. And then we have seasons 3 and 4. And season 3, disc 1. And season 3, disc 2. Why are they like they're stacked on each other in a way where it makes me for the disc 2 makes me kind of go like this with my hand. Season 4, disc 1. Let's see if this one has it. Nope. Season 4, disc 2. All right. And then we have seasons 5 and 6 here. Fantastic. There's the back there. And see here. Oh my God. This one's stuck. Okay. Season 5, disc 1. And season 5, disc 2. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to hurry because I know I don't like to stall too much. Season 6, disc 1. And then season 6, I had to do it for this one. Season 6, disc 2. All right. And like I said, I'm so glad that we were able to get this on Blu-ray, and that Mill Creek was able to put it out, because this is one of those shows that it will go. This show was such an underdog, man. It was such an underdog, and it even got canceled, I think, twice or something like that, and it kept coming back. And I'm glad that there's actually a complete series for it, because it's so good. And I think if you watch it, if you've never seen it before, if you watch it, you're gonna agree. You're gonna agree with me eventually. Another really cool thing about it is that Joe and Anthony Russo, the directors of the Avengers movies and Captain America movies and things like that, kind of got their I don't want to say their break, but they worked on this show directing episodes of Community, which is odd, right? Kind of odd, but pretty damn cool. So that's another cool thing about this show. Community, the complete series, is out now from Mill Creek Entertainment. All right, let's put that over here. Next up, we have Ocean's 8 on 4K Ultra HD, 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital copy. This is basically a sequel, to the Ocean's movies from before with George Clooney. And this is an all-female version of the Ocean's crew. Right? And here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about. Stars Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Awkwafina, Rihanna, and Helena Bonham Carter. Now, this is another movie that I was very, very skeptical on. I was like, well, why would you like do it? It's called Ocean's 8, but then the other ones are called Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. Are they going to have a 8, 9, and 10? Maybe. But if those are 8, 9, and 10, they're numbered before the 11, 12, 13. That's where my brain went initially. Like, seriously. And I could not stop thinking about it. So I never really gave it a fair shot. It came out on 4K. Watched it. I actually really enjoyed it. I love heist movies. Heist movies are so much fun to watch when done correctly. This is one that was done very well. And I'm actually really excited to see if they do an Ocean's 9 or something like that, because this cast of characters was actually really, really awesome to watch, and they worked very well together on screen. So that was pretty cool. As you see their cover art. And I like Anne Hathaway and whatever she's in as well. Let's open this up. It does come with digital copy. And then nothing too crazy here as far as disc art. Blu-ray on one side, 4K on another. You know, nothing too crazy about that. And then we have the front, back, and spine for Ocean's 8. And this one is out now from Warner Brothers Studios Home Entertainment. All right. Put that over there. All right, so next up we have Halloween on 4K Ultra HD. It does have 4K Ultra HD and Blu-ray included. This is the original Halloween from I think it was like 1970 something. 78. I was gonna say 79. But yeah, this one was when it was coming out, when it was released, on 4K, it was kind of hard to come by. And I was glad to have found a copy at some point. And then I kept forgetting to include it into the collection updates. But and then you have the Halloween 40 sticker right there. It's cool. And then here goes the back here. If you guys don't know what it's about, which not a lot of you do. A lot of you do, I should say. It's kind of hard not to know who Michael Myers is. Now, I saw, not to go off topic, but I saw the new Halloween movie. I liked it. Maybe in the minority when I say this. I liked it a lot, but it didn't catch me as much as, I thought it was going to. I thought that there could have been more to that movie, but I enjoyed it nonetheless, and I'm gonna be getting it when it comes out on 4K. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and look inside here. We have the Blu-ray copy on this side, 4K copy on this side, same disc art as before. If I remember correctly, this is the original disc art for the Blu-ray. All right, and then you have the 4K again, and then the front, back, and spine for Halloween, and this one is out now from Lionsgate. Fantastic movie. Again, when I got it, I saw it again, and I was just like, man, how cool like horror movies were back then. I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, I wish I could just go back and watch Halloween for the first time again, or Friday the 13th for the first time again, or Nightmare on Elm Street for the first time again. Having that feeling of like being scared is something that I honestly I actively try to seek out, for movies anyway. I don't want to go jump off of a building or something like that, or I don't like roller coasters, so I don't actively go and do that. But as far as movies go, I want to be scared. Like, I want to feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And I remember watching it for the first time, how uncomfortable I felt. All right, so next up, great movie, by the way. Next up, and I think lastly for the moment, we have Teen Titans Go to the Movies on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy included. If you've ever watched Teen Titans, then you kind of know what to expect with this show. It's very slapsticky, very it's a Cartoon Network show. So you kind of get that vibe from it. The humor is kind of everywhere and so random. I did not like this show initially. I loved the original Teen Titans show. That was my Teen Titans. This was not my Teen Titans. So I did not watch this show for the longest. And then they sent me the first season of my Teen Titans and then Teen Titans Go a while back, and I went through it and I started to love the show. The humor was right up my alley. I'm a very random person. I'm a very just spontaneous kind of, I will do anything to pretty much anything to make somebody laugh. And that was exactly what this show was. Like, it was just so weird, but it was so funny at the same time. So I started really liking that show. This movie was announced. I was like, oh man, that's so cool. But how are they going to do a movie? They did a movie. Like, they did a movie. And it was, this is really well done, mind you. The song in the beginning that they sing together is so catchy. And me and my son sing it in the house all the time. Like, seriously. This movie, it's amazing for the kids, right? When we saw it at the movie theaters, and when we saw it, I was laughing just as hard, if not harder, than everybody else in that theater, just because it appeals. They made it appeal to the kids, but also hardcore, like, longtime comic fans as well. There's a lot of little jokes in there and stuff in the backgrounds and things like that you will not get if you aren't, like, you know, a hardcore comic reader. But at the same time, those things, if you're not a hardcore comic reader, it's not even going to matter, because there's humor for everybody in this movie. But there's a lot of little smart things in here that I was like, oh my God, are you serious? Like, they went, like, they made that little joke, or they made that little, you know, innuendo that maybe I only got, or maybe a couple of people only got in the theater. But it was so well done, so smart. This is a very smart movie, as crazy as that sounds, but so good. So if you have not seen it, or if you are kind of like, I don't know, or on the fence about it, nah, like, you need to watch this. It's really, really funny. And they make a lot of jokes referencing the MCU and the DCEU as well. I think I already showed you the back. But yeah, so a lot of cool stuff in it. And it does come with digital copy. And then here we have, the DVD on this side, and then the Blu-ray on this side. But so cool. And they make fun of Robin a lot in this movie, and it's so messed up, but it's so, like, people have been saying this for years and things like that. And then they also kind of point out that Robin has baby hands. So really, really fun movie, man. I can't talk about it enough. And then in this movie, not really a spoiler alert, but Nick Cage finally gets to be Superman. So I think, and then again, it's those little things that you wouldn't know unless, you know, you knew movies and the story behind the whole Superman franchise, that he was trying to become Superman at some point. He finally got his wish in this movie. That's really cool. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I know it's kind of long, but I was trying to kind of condense as much as I could within a certain amount of time with all that I had here. But again, thank you guys so much for checking it out. If you guys want to pick up any of these titles, I will put links down in the description below. You guys don't have to purchase them from there, but if you do, it is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to hit that like button if you dug this or found this informative in any way. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because I will be coming back with more videos as always. And with all that being said, we will catch you next time.